Hey, what's up, winos? Welcome to another episode of CheapWineFinder. This is Quake.
And this is Dave.
What's going on? We're still in lockdown.
Yeah, we're still drinking wine. We're still doing what we do.
Yeah, we have the same wine today, which is kind of cool, even though we're not in the same studio together.
Yeah, this time we're actually doing a virtual tasting of the exact same wine because we both happen to have this one on hand from about a year ago. We haven't, yeah, it's because it is getting. I guess it's getting a little easier to get wine, but we are like 40 miles away.
Yeah, a little hard to kind of line up the same wine too. I was checking out that Gewürztraminer you had, and Benny's had it at like 2016 or 2018, and you had the different one.
No, I had the 2019. The 2068, the 1968 is the year that it was. Fetzer was.
No, I knew that.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just kidding. I'm like, oh, yeah, the 68.
No, that was a $6 wine that's from an actual winery, which is like in the Trader Joe's Aldi's price range. So I like to try that out because sometimes with the cheaper wines, I just do Aldi's or Trader Joe's, and there are other wines out there competing with it. And this one got like 89 points in like decanter or something. So I'll give it a try. That'll be a couple of days from now. But what do we have this time?
Why, today we have the 20, I think this is the 2016. Can you see your bottle?
I don't have it handy. What do you need?
Yeah. 2016. Federalist Zinfandel. And it's aged in bourbon barrels.
It's mostly Zinfandel because to be a Zinfandel it has to be 75%, but it's got Petite Syrah, which is the secret ingredient of most Zinfandels nowadays. If you look at if you go to the website, you almost always find Petite Syrah, and it's got Merlot, which Merlot was kind of used to soften wine. Sometimes it's got a little bit a hard edge. Merlot just cools it right down.
I'm beginning to think we got the different wines.
Why?
Mine says it's 100% Zinfandel.
I'm looking at the. I got their webpage up.
Yeah, the 2016 Federalist Bourbon Barrel Aged Zinfandel. Right?
Yeah.
Are you looking at the red blend? Because the red blend look exactly like this. The label and everything. And I had that one as well. If you want me to switch. Oh, too late. This one's open.
Nope, I got the Zinfandel. I got it. Sometimes that's the weird thing about what the bottle says and what the website says don't always match up. And I get that every so often, and sometimes they don't even change it from year to year. So, like, what's really going on? I don't know. But according to the website, and this could have been the year before, they threw some Petite Syrah and Merlot in there, and we're not talking about a lot. We're talking about probably under 10% total of the Petite Syrah. They don't tell you what it is,
right? But
the main thing here is the bourbon barrels. It's 6 months in American oak barrels, and then they transfer them over to a bourbon barrel. And the difference,
finish it, if you will.
And the difference is an American oak barrel for wine is toasted. They put flame in there, and they just toast the side because that's where the flavor gets. That's where you get the chocolates and those type of things. And for a bourbon barrel, they don't toast it; they char it. They put a flame to that thing. That's because bourbon, bourbon's at least 40% alcohol. What's this? 15% alcohol.
Oh yeah.
There's 15.5%, I guess. But so the bourbon can stand up to a more of a char. I mean, all the influence comes from the oak. So a char to a toast is a really a big step for a wine. Because wine does really fine with toasted, and charred you can overdo it, but there's going to be so much influence taken out because bourbon barrels, even in Kentucky or whatever, Tennessee, it's probably six years in there. So a lot of that influence is already leached out by the time the wine goes into it.
Oh, but you're getting toasted.
Yeah, usually. But you're going to get different flavors from a toasted barrel to a charred barrel. And it's 15.5% alcohol. This is a big boy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's from Mendocino, which is just due north of Sonoma.
Ooh, not a Lodi's in.
No, yeah, but it's a good place to get, actually one of the reasons why Mendocino isn't as popular with wine as it could be, because it's a great place for wine. All the same things that are good about Sonoma, especially coastal Sonoma, are good about Mendocino. But the marijuana industry up there has been making so much money that a lot of the land that would normally go to vineyards is going to marijuana.
Mendocino Greeno.
Yeah. So it kind of takes a back.
That's what my uncle swears by.
He swears at everybody, though. Get off my lawn, you. Yeah, your uncle's that way.
So this Federalist stuff, it's pretty cool. I like their labels. We did an episode of the Honest Red Blend, they call it, which I believe had Ben Franklin's picture on the front. And this one's got a little currency feel to it.
Who's that? Who's that on the label?
On this one, it's just like the eagle emblem of the United States.
Oh, okay, because, yeah.
Very official looking.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a Terlato wine. Terlato's the people who brought Santa Margherita Pinot Grigio to the United States. Before they did that, there wasn't anybody knew what Pinot Grigio was. And now it's, one of the top 3 white wines out there, Pinot Grigio. So Terlato has been a player for a long time in the wine industry. The old time used to be. They're one of the older ones in today's market, bringing in wines. And this is their California, a little bit upscale, under $20 for the most part, right?
Yeah, this is like right around there.
Yeah, it's not not a really value priced wine. It's got, like I said, it's got a year in oak. It's got some fancy details. A lot of these places they're taking grapes from fancier vineyards, though they don't tell you which ones they are. And there you go. So you got Terlato's an a long time wine company in the country, and this is their American California wine. And it's got a weird kind of twist to it because it's in bourbon barrels, so it should taste different than your normal Zinfandel.
Yeah, and if things open back up and you go to a Cubs game, they have their wines at the concession stands. Yeah,
this is actually where we got turned on to it. A bottle at the Cubs game is $40. They put it in a plastic carafe and give you a couple plastic wine glasses, and we thought, that's kind of expensive, until they walked by with a Budweiser for $12. Went, okay, wine isn't that much out of price here, right? Because I think it was about the 4 beers and 4 wines are about the same price.
Yeah, I'd rather do this, and it's a striking bottle. It's like really bold, cool label, and I poured some of this, and it's just like really ruby opaque.
Yeah, I poured some of it on my carpet just before the thing started. It does wash out, if anybody wonders about that.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
I witnessed it on the Zooms.
Yeah, luckily it's it's not a white carpet. Of course, I would never have a white carpet. It wouldn't be white for long.
Yeah, seriously. Who does white carpeting?
Well, I've seen people do it, and I always go, I can't go in your house. You ready to take a sip?
Yeah.
You go first. Yeah,
kind of nosing this thing.
You're nosy,
and it's cool. It's you can kind of tell the barrel coming through, with a little vanilla, kind of a smoky vanilla, like you throw vanilla beans on the grill. I don't know, mesquite.
Since when my glass fell and spilled, I broke the glass too, so there was glass in the carpet. So I've got one of those plastic ones, so I'm not so sure how the nosing's going to go.
Well, now you can't wear your stocking feet. In the house anymore.
Yeah, I got the wine up, but the blood won't come out so easy.
What else? What do you got on the nose? You can't nose it in that plastic?
Well, because the main aroma is plastic. No, let me see. I'm getting like this weird mix of blackberry and raspberry. It's like very extracted. Both of them, they're kind of mashing together.
Yeah. Oh, I totally get that.
I'm getting a little bit of oak spice and vanilla too.
Mm-hmm.
Oak spice isn't kind of as pretty. Sometimes you get like these pretty spices, like exotic spices. To me, oak spice is kind of has a little rougher edge to it. I mean, that's my interpretation of it. But I'm getting like dark chocolate, like the bitter dark chocolate, the 70%, chocolate ones, like not milk chocolatey, not
Yeah, the foreign ones, the expensive ones.
yeah, the ones that snooty people eat, but
You
don't
can't
really like.
pronounce.
Yeah, I'm eating my Hershey's. I really like it. How's your $100 bar? Yeah, that's okay.
All right, cool. I'm going for a sip.
Go for it, man.
Cheers, man. Let's see if I can.
Go for it. I'll cover you from here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now you're happy. He's Mr. Sound Effects.
You're wondering how we could cheers in
Yeah.
separate studios.
Yeah,
It's all podcast magic.
You used to be a stand-in on movies, and like the Foley experience was like you've in your blood now.
Yeah, Foley.
Hey, Foley.
All right, hold on. I'm going in. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that's juicy. That's all kinds of stuff. You mentioned like blackberry.
Oh, it's got
Raspberry.
it's got this kind of raspy thing in your tongue too. Like I think that's part of the tannins, part of the acidity.
Very juicy.
Could be something from the barrel too.
Juicy and spice.
I'm not getting. How a Zinfandel a lot of times is like a barbecue wine where it really goes with those.
Oh yeah.
The burnt edges on barbecue, and it really and I'm not getting that from this. This is a different, darker flavor profile than that. It's not calling out barbecue to me, but I kind of like the flavor.
Get like a cherry Coke thing going on too. Really nice. Nice long finish.
Yeah, it softens up at the mid palate too. But it's got some tannins. It'll get you a little bit of grip in the back of your throat. And I actually like that about wine. For a long time, tannins disappeared, and they're starting to come back a little bit. And a good wine should have tannins. I mean, it just should. I mean, I get why a $10 wine maybe doesn't have it, because it takes a longer period of time to get the tannins to chill out and be smooth, so it's drinkable. So inexpensive wine, you want to get them going early. These wines with a little bit of age on it, and we got extra. We cellared it for about a year or two, didn't we? About 9 months, 10 months.
Yeah, that's all we could make it.
Yeah.
What was that, about a year ago we went to this thing?
Yeah, and then they sent us wine because they liked us.
Ooh, time does fly.
That's back when baseball was playing, and now the stadium's empty now.
That was Josephine, I believe. Shout out.
Oh, Josephine was cool for Gelato. We had a fun time.
I get like black pepper too, like right in the middle, right before it eases into the like rich cherry Coke. Is that okay to say? Am I supposed to say cola?
No, you can say whatever you want to say. That's the whole thing about
right, I can.
You know what? There's a thing about when you're talking about describing the wine, sommeliers, they learn a language. I mean, so everybody, a Somm in France can talk to a Somm in New Zealand and can talk to a Somm in wherever. And when they say a word, they all know what it means. Wine drinkers, you can learn that language. That's cool. But if you think if you put your own name on stuff and it means something to you, and you can tell a friend about it and it means something to them, well, you just did the exact same thing they did, only not in a professional way or, in that level. But whatever you think it is, it's kind of what it is to you. I mean, this is your experience, right?
I like that. You can come up with your own vocabulary.
You can. It's you bought the bottle, So why, it is cool. What Somms do is pretty cool. They got a good gig. But you don't have to be a Somm to love wine and know what you're doing with it.
That's for sure.
Yeah, they're working for restaurants. I don't work for a restaurant. except when after it shuts down, I got to sweep the floors.
Wash the dishes.
Yeah, but that's it. I could tell them all about wine. They just don't ask.
Oh, we'll tell you anyway.
This is a tasty wine. I mean, for the bourbon barrel part of it, if you were expecting, like shocking flavors or, it does have some alcohol to it. And I really am not that. I know people are sensitive to alcohol. 15.5 is kind of on the larger side. It's the old, Shiraz from Australia kind of thing. And I don't really have a sensitivity to alcohol. If you do, you might not like it, but I'm not getting crazy flavors on this. Are you?
No, not at all. It's pretty even.
Yeah, it's a well-balanced wine.
And it's got a nice body on it.
Actually, there's a little bit of elegance to it. This is kind of like, you're up on your deck and you have some friends over and you're playing some jazz in the background and the sky is beautiful and you're talking and you pour this, and this is kind of like grown-up Zinfandel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the other stuff I love Lodi. I love the little rough edge, the farmer wine part of it. That it goes well with the burnt ends, barbecue. I mean, that's all fun stuff. But this has got a little elegance.
Yeah, it's bold, but it's not like hitting you over the head with anything, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, it does do the job, and I'm actually. I was a little bit skeptical because I'm not, I don't know why you'd really want to do bourbon barrels with wine. And actually, this one, since it doesn't have that major, bourbon barrel taste going on here, like, why do it then? But it tastes good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still drinking.
Yeah, I've been drinking all through this. Normally when I do my podcast by myself, I maybe sip twice or something. But here I've been drinking the entire time.
Good job. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
what else you got to do, right?
Well, it's a virtual wine tasting, and you can't have a party, so you got to kind of, at least you're not watching Netflix while you're drinking wine. We just be talking to somebody.
I'm virtually buzzed.
Yeah. And I'm virtually going to pass out later on. No, no, but that's fun. What are you going to do? And I kind of like these virtual wine tastings. Actually, even when things open up a little bit, you're doing something at night and everybody's home. You got to get up the next morning. You can call up a buddy, friends, tell them to grab a glass and have one of these things from 9 to 10 o'clock, and you just had yourself a wine tasting.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's the bright side.
You keep it up, I don't know how.
The lining of this whole thing.
Because can you go to a bar with a mask on? Are they going to issue a straw?
Well, the Butterfaces will, their time has come.
What's really weird now, since everybody's walking around in my neighborhood, there's people walk dogs everywhere. I mean, you'll see, if you go anywhere, you're going to pass 50 dogs, and dogs look at you funny because they're all looking at, what's everybody doing? Yeah. So it's, dogs and little kids are all going, why is everybody dressed up that way?
That's hilarious. This thing's been open for 3 hours or 4 hours? No, 3 hours. And I decanted it as well. I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm not a cretin. Whenever you got a wine that's been in bourbon barrels that is 15.5%, you're going to want to open it up. I mean, I've read some articles lately about, you don't really need to do it. Like, yeah, sure. I mean, maybe there are some wines you can pop the top and pour, but, giving it a chance to open up. And even doing wine reviews for like the last 10, 12, 11 years, whatever it is, I will. 18 years.
Yeah, for the last 48 years.
I work on race cars.
Yeah. You got to buy. So anyway, I will write my tasting notes, and then when I'm doing the summary, take another sip and go, oh, I didn't notice that, and have to go back and rewrite. Wines open up all the time. It's just being in my glass and me moving it around and the heat of my hands on the glass and all that changes things.
You got to spit the gum out.
Spearmint's one of the finest things of wine.
Yeah, the lady was over, and I wanted to show off my decanter. Show off my e-flask. That's right. I decanted in an e-flask.
We learned that a long time ago. And then they got really scarce. They're the chemistry lab, and they're usually 750 milliliters, which is what a bottle is. And then they used to be like $10, and they're easy to clean because chemical flasks are meant to be, beakers are meant to be cleaned, and they do everything a flask does at a tenth the price, and you can put them in the dishwasher.
Who do we learn that from?
Who did we learn that from?
It was Lush.
Oh, yeah. Rachel.
Yeah, birthday girl. Actually, it was yesterday. She said,
yeah, that's where the local wine shop was selling flasks, because it was a great way to pour wine, and you break one. Hey, you're not so upset about it. You go to online and pick up a couple more beakers. Just make sure you get
still around, right?
Yeah.
And the place was called Lush.
Yeah, because it's the only wine shop with your name on the door.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing that using a science beaker is, because it's got the gradations for the 750 milliliters, and a wine bottle is 750 milliliters. It's not unusual if you pour the whole wine bottle in there to get 850 milliliters. There's usually at least 10 milliliters more in a bottle than they tell you on a regular basis. And I don't know why, because why would they give you more and not tell you that? I mean, it doesn't make sense, but unless all these science speakers are wrong,
that's disturbing.
Maybe a Chinese milliliter is different than an American one.
I'm looking, mine says right on it, plus or minus 5%.
Oh, oops.
Yeah. That's not very scientific.
Yeah. So I guess that's that.
Made in China.
Still got to clean it, though. That's the one reason I just pour it in this stupid plastic glass today.
No, you got to clean it. I threw it in the old dishwasher.
Well, anything else you got?
No, that's it. I'm still drinking. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, we're
big juicy wine.
Yeah, the bourbon barrel part of it, I thought could add some strange flavors, because you get flavors in bourbon that are kind of unique. You get, but we're not really getting this out of the Zinfandel. It's good though, because we both have been sipping all the way through and kind of forgetting what to talk about. So,
hell yeah,
hells to the yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks for listening. Check out the stuff on CheapWineFinder.com. Thanks for bearing with us. We have no idea what we're doing in terms of doing these remote sessions.
Though it's never, knowing what we're doing has never stopped us from doing anything.
That's true. Yeah, it's weird. You kind of talk over each other
and kind of where we started.
Your rug.
Yeah, I'm still looking for stains. But that's it. Adios, people. Stay safe. Wear a mask. By this point, hopefully you got a cool mask and not one. Someone gave me one with daisies on it. It's like, oh, yeah, gee, thanks. Gee, thanks for the daisy mask.
That's adorable.
Yeah, no, you got the bones one.
All right.
Adios, bye-bye. Until next time, which won't be too long because we got nothing else to do.
That's right. Coming at you soon.
Bye-bye. Keep it cheap.
Bye.